Welcome back to the another video. Today we are going to start a new chapter which is Goodwill, nature and valuation of Goodwill. In this chapter we will learn how to calculate Goodwill. Okay, see here in class 11th we have already learned that it is Goodwill. Goodwill is an intangible asset which places an enterprise as an advantage due to which enterprise is able to earn higher profits without putting extra efforts. Just for example, suppose there is an organization which name is Amazon, like this Amazon is working from 10 years or 5 years in the market. So there is a reputation of this business in the market. It means suppose any product, Amazon wants to sell any new product on their seller center, then there will be no any problem because everybody is knowing what Amazon is. So here goodwill is an intangible asset for any business which helps the business to earn higher profit without putting extra effort. Suppose in place of Amazon, you start a new firm which name is HCL Limited, like this. In first year, nobody knows you. It means whatever you will provide product or services, it will very difficult to you to enter into the market because nobody is knowing your business, what is your quality and what type of goods or services you will provide. Nobody knows about this. If after a certain period of time, what would be happen that everybody will know about your business, about your goods and services, then your business will have also few reputation in the market. This reputation is known as goodwill, and this reputation is just like an intangible asset for the business, which helps the business to earn higher profit without putting extra effort. It is a valuable intangible asset. It is amortized over estimated useful life. Accounting standard 26, um, in accounting standard means AS 26, prescribed about the valuation of goodwill. Intangible assets prescribe that goodwill will not be recognized in the books unless consideration is paid for it. Here we will learn two types of goodwill. Goodwill having here two types. Type 1 of goodwill is purchased goodwill, and type 2 of goodwill is self generated goodwill. So accounting standard 26 says about only those goodwill will be considered for which you have paid consideration. It means your self generated goodwill will not be calculated. Only the purchased goodwill value we will calculate here. How to calculate the valuation of this goodwill? Here we will learn three methods for the calculation of goodwill. The first method is average profit method, and the second method is super profit method, and the third method is capitalization method. These are the three methods by which in this chapter we will calculate the valuation of goodwill. Here in the average profit method we will utilize two methods for calculating the goodwill. First one is simple average profit method, and the second one is weighted average profit method. method. Second one is super profit method. Here there will be no another sub method. And third one is capitalization method. Here we will also learn two methods. The first will be the capitalization of average profit and the capitalization of super profit. Capitalization of super profit method. So in this chapter we will have to calculate the valuation of goodwill by these three methods only: average profit method, super profit method and capitalization method. Okay, now first of all we will learn how to calculate the valuation of goodwill by the average profit method. Average profit method. And first of all we will calculate through the simple average profit method. Under the simple average profit method, you have to remember the formula through the method simple average profit method. It means here first of all we have to calculate the average profit. We all know that how to calculate the average of anything. Suppose, just for example, here the profit of different year is given. Just for example, suppose here is the year 2016, 2017, 2018 and 2019 and 2020, like this. This is the year given here. Now you have the profit or loss amount. Suppose here this year 50,000 profit, this year also 50,000 profit, this year 75,000 profit, this year 25,000 loss, it may be loss also, and this year 50,000 profit also. Just for example, this is the data we have. Now we have to calculate the value of goodwill through the simple average profit. The first thing what we have to do, we have to calculate the average profit of the year. So average, for calculating the average profit, what formula you will use? We will use total normal profit upon number of years. What will be the total? Then plus 50,000 plus 75,000 minus 25,000 because this is loss, and plus 50,000 upon how many number of years are here? 5 years. So we will write here 5. 100, 150 plus 75, 150 plus 75, 225 minus 25, then 2 lakh will be upon 5, 40,000. This is the average profit. So in simple average profit method, first of all we have to calculate the average profit. Then after we will use the formula of goodwill. Here the formula of goodwill will be average profit into number of year purchase. Average profit into number of years purchase. Here in question, one thing would be mentioned that for how many years you are purchasing this goodwill. Number of years will also be mentioned in the question. Just for example, suppose for 4 years they are purchasing the goodwill. Then the number of year will be 4 year. If it is mentioned 5 year, then it will be 5 year. If it is 3 years, then it will be 3 years. It will be already mentioned in the question. So average profit is here how much? 40,000. Number of year, how many years you are purchasing? If you are purchasing for 3 years, then 3. If you are purchasing for 4 years, then 4. No need to worry about this. Here we are purchasing for 4 years. Then how much will be the amount? 160,000. This will be the value of goodwill. So this is the procedure of calculating the value of goodwill through the simple average profit method. Now come to the second method, which is weighted average profit method. How to calculate the value of goodwill through the weighted average profit method. Under this method, the second part is weighted average profit method. How you will calculate from this? In this, first of all, you have to calculate the weighted average profit. How you will calculate? Weighted average profit. What will what formula you will use for calculating the weighted average profit? The formula we will use for calculating the weighted average profit will be total of weighted profit. Total of weighted profit upon total of weights. Upon total of weights. And for calculating the goodwill, what formula you will use? Goodwill is equal to weighted average profit into number of year purchase. Number of years purchase. This formula we will use. For this also, just we take one example. Suppose here is a example. Suppose the year is given here 2018, 2019, 2020, 21 and 22. Year is given here and their profit is also given. This year the profit is having 40,000 and this year profit is having 48,000. This year profit is having 60,000 and this year profit is having 50,000 and this year profit is having 36,000, like this. You have to calculate the value of goodwill through the weighted average profit method. Here the number of weights will also be given here in question. What would be given here? Weights will also be given in the question. In this question, weights of the year is given 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. For 2018, weight will be 1, 2019, weight will be 2, 20, weight will be 3, 2021, weight will be 4 and 2022, weight will be 5. And the number of year purchase is also given here 3 years. Remember this. Now we have to calculate the goodwill through the weighted average profit. What you will do? First of all, you have to calculate the weighted average profit. Total of weighted profit upon total of weights. So first formula we will use weighted average profit. How you will calculate this? Here profit is given and their weight is also given. So 40,000 multiply 1 plus, because we are calculating average also, 48,000 multiply 2 plus 60,000 multiply 3 plus 50,000 multiply 4 plus 36,000 multiply 5 divided by total number of weights. What is 5 plus 4 9 plus 3 12 plus 3 15. This will be the total number of weights. Now you have to calculate how much will be the total amount. Here the total amount will be 696,000 divided by 15. How much will be the weighted profit? 46,400. This will be the weighted average profit. If you have calculated weighted average profit, then nothing is here. Use this formula. Goodwill is equal to weighted average profit into number of year purchase. What is the weighted average profit? 46,400 multiply how many years you are purchasing? 3 years. Multiply this. The total value of goodwill will be 139,200, like this. This is the way of weighted average profit method calculation of goodwill. Now come to the second method of calculation of goodwill, which is super profit method. How you will calculate the goodwill under the super profit method? See here, first of all we have to calculate the value of super profit. Super profit. And how you will calculate the value of super profit? For the calculation of value of super profit, there is a formula which is average profit minus normal profit. Average profit we have already discussed. Here normal profit. How you will calculate the value of normal profit? For calculation of normal profit, you need capital employed. Capital employed. Because for calculating the normal profit, there is a formula that you will use. Normal profit is equal to capital employed into normal rate of return upon 100. This formula you will use for calculating the capital employed. If you have got if you have both the average profit and normal profit, then you will be easily then you can easily calculate the value of super profit. If you have calculated the value of super profit, then the formula of goodwill will be used, which is super profit into number of year purchase. Just we are taking here one example. With the help of this example, we will be able to calculate the value of goodwill through the super profit method. So see here, first year, suppose first year, second year and third year. First year the profit is 18,000 like this. Second year the profit is 20,000 and third year the profit is given 22,000. And in question, capital employed is given in question how much? 60,000, and normal rate of return is given how much? 10%. And they are purchasing goodwill for 3 years. Number of years purchase is given here 3 years. Then you have to calculate the value of goodwill. See here what we will do. First of all, we have to calculate the average profit. What would be the average profit? Average profit of these 3 years, what would be? 20,000 plus 22 plus 18. It means 40,000. So 60 upon 3, it means 20,000 will be our average profit. Now what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the normal profit. What would be the normal profit here? Capital employed is already given 60,000. Normal rate of return is given 10% upon 100. How much will be the normal profit? 6,000 would be the normal profit. Then after, what we have to do? We have to calculate the value of super profit, average profit minus normal profit. So 20,000 minus 6,000, it will be 14,000. This is the value of super profit. Now we have to calculate the value of goodwill. Goodwill is equal to, what formula we will use? Super profit into number of year purchase. Super profit is how much? 15,000. How many years we are purchasing this one? 3 years. 42,000 will be the value of goodwill. So this is the super profit method under which we will be able to calculate the value of goodwill. Now come to the last method, which is capitalization method. Under the capitalization method, here is also two methods. First one is capitalization of average profit method, and the second one is the capitalization of super profit method. Both we will understand. First of all, we will do part A, which is capitalization of average profit method. What we have to do here under this method, first of all, we have to calculate the capitalized value of business. What formula we will use for calculating the capitalized value of business? Average profit into 100 upon normal rate of return. Normal rate of return. If you calculate this capitalized value of business, then after, what you have to calculate? You have to calculate the value of net asset. What will be the value of net asset? How you will calculate it? All assets except goodwill, non-trade investment, non-trade investment, and fictitious asset. Fictitious assets minus outside liabilities. This is the formula of calculating the net asset. If you calculate the capitalized value of business and the net asset, then the formula of goodwill you will use, which is goodwill is equal to capitalized value of business minus net assets. This formula you will use. Now see here with an example how to calculate the value of goodwill. Suppose a firm having average profit 60,000. This is the average profit of the firm, and normal rate of return, normal rate of return is 10%, like this. And assets of the firm are, assets of the firm is how much? Suppose 7,20,000, excluding goodwill. Goodwill is not included here. And outside liabilities, outside liabilities are how much? Rupees 2,40,000, like this. Then find the value of goodwill by the capitalization of average profit method. Now how you will calculate? Average profit is given here. So first of all, we will have to calculate the capitalized value of business. Normal rate of return is also given. So we will calculate capitalized value of business. First of all, we will have to calculate the capitalized value of business. What is the formula? Average profit into 100 upon normal rate of return. How much the average profit is here? 60,000. We will write 60,000 into 100 upon how much the normal rate of return is? 10%. It means 6 lakh will be our capitalized value of business. Now the next thing that we have to calculate, which is net assets. What is the formula of net asset? All assets. Asset is given here 720,000, except goodwill, non-trade expense, non-trade investment, fictitious asset, like this. So here goodwill is not included in this question. It is mentioned in the question. Minus outside liabilities. Outside liabilities is also given here. How much is the outside liabilities? 240,000. Then what will be the net asset? The net asset will be 720,000 minus 250,000. Our net asset value will be here 480,000. This is the value of net asset. Now we have to calculate the value of goodwill. What will be the value of goodwill? Value of goodwill will be capitalized value of business minus net asset. Capitalized value of business is how much? 6 lakh minus 480,000. It means the value of goodwill will be here 1,20,000. So this is the way of calculating of goodwill, the capitalization method of average profit. Now come to the last topic of this chapter, which is capitalization of super profit method. See here how we will calculate. Under this method, first of all, we have to calculate the value of super profit. Super profit. And how you will calculate the value of super profit? Super profit is equal to average profit minus normal profit. We have already learned how to calculate the value of average profit and how to calculate the value of normal profit. After that, you will use the formula of calculation of goodwill of this method, which is goodwill is equal to super profit into 100 upon normal rate of return. Rate of return. Okay, see here with an example. For example, average profit is given here. How much? 1,50,000, like this. And the value of tangible asset is given here. The value of total tangible assets is given here, 14 lakh, like this. And outside liabilities are also given. Outside liabilities are given, suppose 4 lakh, like this. Normal rate of return is also mentioned in the question. Suppose normal rate of return is 10%, like this. Now you have to calculate the value of goodwill under the capitalization of super profit method. What you will do? First of all, we have to calculate super profit. For calculating the super profit, we need average profit and normal profit. Here average profit is given, but normal profit is not given. So how we will calculate normal profit? For calculating the normal profit, there is a need of capital employed. How you will calculate the capital employed? Here the total tangible asset is given and outside liability is also given. So we will minus this one, total tangible asset and outside liabilities. This will be the value of capital employed. 14 lakh minus 4 lakh, it means 10 lakh will be our capital employed. And if you got the capital employed, then normal profit, how you will calculate? Normal profit is equal to capital employed into normal rate of return upon 100. How much your capital employed is here? 10 lakh. Normal rate of return, how much? 10% on 100. It means 1 lakh will be your normal profit. Here average profit is given and normal profit is also got. Then we will calculate the value of super profit. What would be the value of super profit? Average profit minus normal profit. So average profit is 150,000 minus normal profit is 1 lakh. It would be how much? 50,000. Now we have to calculate the value of goodwill. For calculating the value of goodwill, what formula you will use? Goodwill is equal to super profit into 100 upon normal rate of return. Super profit is how much? 50,000 here and normal rate of return 10%. Then what will be the value of goodwill? The value of goodwill would be 5 lakh. So these were the three methods of calculation of goodwill. In next video, we will understand their adjustment part, because without any adjustment in this video we have learned without any adjustment. In next video we will learn their adjustment part under the three methods.